Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Joining me now, Superior Livestock Rep Dennis Metzger. Dennis, thank you for being here with me this morning. You've kind of got a few lots here you're going to bring to the sale today. Talk a little bit about the consigners that you're bringing to the auction.
Very special consignment from California, in my opinion. One of the elite programs in the West, predominantly because of their genetic history. They've been 30 years of upper end elite using science and EPDs and stuff in their selection for their herd sires. Very unique ranch, one of the larger acreage-wise ranches in the state of California, but this time of year a very beautiful place too. But we sell cattle for them twice a year, this time of year, then again on the summer circuit tour season. But in my mind, an elite set of cattle, fully programmed, gap, natural, everything, and they do things right, and they try to stay ahead of stay up with what needs to be done to make them potentially more valuable.
Mm-hmm. And not just California, let's see, where else are you at? Oklahoma, bringing some cattle from Oklahoma today too?
Yeah, we got 3 loads from northeast Oklahoma, Welsh area, longtime friend of mine, Billy Hall, BK Cattle. They'll be purchased cattle, but they'll be higher quality. He does a good job of assembling them and classing them up and making them uniform in kind and condition, and they'll be a nice set of commercial upper 7-weight heifers. So.
Yeah. You mentioned here, like this first ranch, all the programs. They're doing everything, but when you work with other customers, how do you see what fits for them, what fits with their program? Do they need every program, vice versa?
Interesting question and an important question. Programs are not for every entity in my mind. Fortunately, for most of my customers, they fit because San Benito and M&J that we're selling cattle for in California also help in the genetic selection. And so where they're spending a lot of money on genetics and they've had a closed herd for 30 years and so the cow side of it's rich in genetics too. The predictability is certainly to a buyer's advantage and to their advantage too from the maternal side of it. But you're exactly right. Fortunately for me, most programs that I work with, obviously the purchase deal, you've got to jockey around some things there if you don't purchase them as program cattle. But it fits most of my customer base and so far, we've been able to add value, and we're always changing in the industry. It started out being agent source, and then HTC, then natural became popular, and Gap is still very popular in the West and the Northwest. So.
Yeah. You mentioned there, real quick before we go, when you talk about genetics, it's not just, obviously you're getting more money out of these cows, but there's other things that incorporating genetics into a herd can add to you.
I'm a big believer that if you've spent a large amount of money and time and management on genetics, then you better validify it with a good health program and then also the rest of your programs. Yeah. So.
Forward to watching these cattle sell. Pleasure having you on the show today.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We've got more Superior Sunrise up next.